Welcome back to another awesome horrific episode of FTM Transformers on YouTube. I'm your host for Mondays, Michael, and this week's topic is about your professors and your TAs in the universities. Yeah, so last week my video didn't upload because our internet is uber slow in this new house. We don't even have Wi-Fi. We had to use an Ethernet cable, so it's so slow. So I'm gonna upload that real quick after this one, and then you guys watch this one. I'm going to go to the university and do it, so it'll be faster. Hope you enjoy. For me, my first time, it was very nerve-wracking. I didn't know whether to email them or to talk to them in person about my name change or just like who I was. I never told any of my teachers that I was trans. I was only just like, hey, so my name isn't the same as what I go on, is what the roster says, and so I'd like to go by this name. And it's really good because in college, lots of teachers don't even do roll call. They're just like based off of assignments you turn in. Like I know in one math class, I came up to her and I was like, hey, this my name is different, and she was like, oh, just write your name on this, and as long as your last name's the same, like, we'll figure it out. And I'm like, cool. And I guess that would be kind of problematic if you have like a very common name, like Smith or Johnson or I don't know. I have Peterson, and usually most people don't spell it the same. It's not how you spell Peterson the regular way, so it's pretty obvious. And a lot of the times you don't even get your teacher's information, like their email or anything, prior to going to class, and so you're like, oh god. And so it's really nerve-wracking, especially like if you're late or something, and you haven't talked to them, and they say your name, and you're just like, I'm absent. This is Dexter. He's cute.
He's a fuzzy boy.
This is Dexter.
He's a fuzzy kitty. He's like long-haired. I'm sure he's fuzzy.
He's fuzzy, and he likes to nom on people. He likes to go nom 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 nom. But you know, most teachers aren't gonna, like, if you walk in late, they'll be like, what's your name? They're not gonna, like, stop their time teaching so they can make sure that you're on the roster, because it's your decision anyway to be there, because if you're not there on your first couple of days, then you're automatically dropped from the class, so they assume that you're gonna talk to them later. I personally think doing it in person is better, because then they know you and they remember who you are, and they're less likely to screw up your name or your pronouns or anything, so it's good. Although email is good too, like if you're a really shy person or you're just like, because nerve-wracking, I think, just to go up to a teacher and be like, because then you're also like whispering to them, especially if they're like in an actual classroom setting. You're like, hey, so I'm different, and you're like, hopefully no one can hear that. And so I like to do just like pointing. They'll be like, hey, well, so what's your name? And I'll be like, this one, and I go by Michael. They'll be like, okay, cool. My personal experience, professors are much easier than TAs, mostly because most TAs don't have the kind of like training for LGBTQ people and stuff like that. And even though they're like younger, they should be more hip and more understanding. But like I don't know, because like I told my TA in chemistry, and the first time I took chemistry. And I told her, and I was like, hey, I go by Michael. Well, actually, that was even horrible because she said my name in, during class. She was like, so-and-so, and I was like, I go by Michael. So people were like, what? So that was very bad. Like, don't do that. But that was only because she came in, like, very last. She, like, right when she was late, and when she walked in, she was like, alright, so I'm gonna start taking attendance. So I was like, and you know, it was a chemistry lab TA, so if you're not there on day one, then you get dropped from the class, and you're like, crap. So I was just like, I go by Michael. And she was like, okay, yeah. But then she would still use female pronouns with me, and sometimes she would forget that my name was Michael, and like all this other stuff, and I was like, what the hell? Like, I told you. Ugh. So it can be very frustrating if your TA is like, I've never had a TA or professor just outright be like, no, I'm not gonna call you that. Yeah, I'm gonna say what it says on your roster. Most universities are pretty lenient, and every professor and TA is certain personality or whatever. So even if you go to a really conservative school or something, they can still be really cool about your name change or whatever. My advice to freshmen would be to not wait. Um, I think you should do both. I think if you have their information, you should email them, and then on the first day, be like, "Hi, I'm the one who emailed you. I'm Michael," or whatever. And I think that's better, because then also it makes them aware of your situation. So like if you have any trouble in class or people are bothering you or whatever, they'll be like, this is a hate crime right here. You know, they'll watch out for you. I'm serious. They'll help you. So in almost all my experiences, it went pretty well. Only a couple little bumps, but they weren't enough to like send me into like a spiral of negative emotions and all that stuff. So it depends on just how sensitive you are, I guess, to it. If you're having a really hard time with it, or if your teachers just aren't respecting you, or your TAs aren't respecting you. And you can always talk to someone in like a higher position, especially if you have like an LGBTQ center or counselor. You can talk to your counselor about it and be like, hey, so my teachers aren't respecting me. What should I do about it? You should also be very close with your counselor too. You should probably tell them that. And I think they are aware of that. Like if you put it like in your housing, usually your counselor is also aware of it too, because they get like information. Yeah, I think that was my experience, and so that's all I have for this week. Stay tuned for this week's future episodes. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Like our Facebook page, on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram. We always follow /like back. And I will see you guys next week. Stay beautiful.